What's up, militia, and welcome back to the wonderful world of Nitro. I'm Mr.Creekyt, and today we'll be working on more of the underground house. First, 10-second silence for those that follow. Okay, and we're back. So, you know how yesterday I was talking about, the day before I was talking about, I want to become a pilot. And that's still true. I do want to get my passenger pilot's license and all this. But, the day before yesterday, after I was done filming everything, my mom brought up, like, oh, you would be pretty good for the Air Force too. And I do agree with that. Now here's the thing. By no means am I lazy. I do a whole lot in my day. I spend about 6-7 hours just constantly doing stuff. From coding to doing my Duolingo, reading the Bible, cleaning. I also build a bit in Legos. I come down here, I build down at the creek, I get in the pool. I also play fetch with my dog, and I play soccer. And this isn't like, oh, well, for how long? We're down at the creek for at least 30 minutes to maybe an hour. Playing soccer for at least 10 minutes, playing fetch with my dog for at least 6 minutes, being in the pool for at least 2 hours, cleaning for at least an hour to 2 hours. Along with that, reading the Bible or my daily Bible verse, doing Duolingo and coding is all in my morning part, as soon as I wake up. And coding takes a good 30 minutes since I'm writing down everything that I may forget. Or, I'll also just write down the stuff that it says in the lesson so I can remember it easier. For some reason, when I write stuff down, I can remember it easier because I'm practically, as it goes, just writing it practically down in my brain. So, engraving it in my brain. Anyway, so besides that, we kind of got a bit sidetracked. But that was me saying that I'm by no means lazy, so I think I would be pretty good for the Air Force. I know that a lot of the training involves being yelled at. Along with that, also, it is you're going to be high up in the air. A lot of the elevation stuff. I don't do awful with elevation. A lot of pressure just gets on my chest during elevation when I'm high up, because I'm 300 feet above sea level where I live. So it's not like it's easy, or it's not like it's high elevation. But the G-forces are going to be the problem. A normal passenger plane doesn't have too much G-forces. It goes probably 200. No, I don't think it goes only 200. I think it goes 500 miles an hour. I think the sonic barrier is maybe 10,000 miles an hour, I think. Or maybe a bit more than that. But a hydrojet flies so fast. It's not like I'm going to immediately get in a hydrojet as soon as I join because I have a pilot's license. I still have to go through. I have to get my bachelor's degree. I have to get a degree in one of their lists that they have, which it's one of it involves IT, I think coding or something like that, so I may do that. Or aerodynamics. That's maybe a bit too rough to do. I know aerodynamics isn't exactly easy to learn, but it isn't exactly hard compared to engineering and stuff. But it's not too easy either. And also after that, I have to train for the officer corp. And then I have to do the Air Force training too, which is me jumping out of a plane and stuff like that. Now, I think it's going to be fun since it's you're 6 people, you're in one of the carrier plane things, and as soon as when they tell you, all right, get ready to jump, you go and jump. I trust the Air Force with my life, honestly. But the problem is, I don't trust myself with my life. So, I trust that they'll pack the parachute and everything perfectly alright. I have to make sure I trust myself to pull the parachute. And I'm not in not a weird way by any means. When you're going down, your mind starts to panic. I have to make sure I stay completely normal, otherwise I may panic too much and forget to pull the parachute. But I'm pretty sure they most likely, you know, have emergency protocols if, you know, someone panics too much. I think I could be able to pull my parachute. I don't think it's that hard. They tell you a certain height to pull your parachute, and you can pull it there, or you can take a bit of a bigger risk and pull it a bit further or a bit lower than the others. You have to pull it, I believe, at a certain height, your parachute, because if you pull it like as soon as you jump out of the plane, I think you're going to be like shot out of the sky much easier in like combat. The Navy, now that would be also cool to join. Just imagine me flying a plane off of a aircraft carrier. That would be fun. Like, I'm practically, you know, Top Gun, man. That would be fun. But I think the Air Force would also be pretty fun. Me jumping, you know, out of a plane. I find that would be really cool. And also, along with that, the workouts I do is similar-ish. Okay, I do like 40 push-ups and about 13 pull-ups is my max I can do in a row. And then each ab day, I call it, I do 80 when I'm doing 90 push-ups. I'm also doing 26 pull-ups. So I think I'm doing pretty good on my workouts. And if I continue to do this, by the time I join the Air Force, I am, you know, I can do some of their workouts. A lot of their workouts are pretty rough, but I don't think they're like the military. I think their workouts are more getting you elevated, getting you in the air. I think because that's, to be honest, that's going to be practically your home. It's going to be the air. Most of your training involves being in the air. Most of your day involves being in the air. And I find that cool. Flying a hydrojet would be awesome. And of course, it takes a lot of stuff you have to go through in order to become a hydrojet pilot, because you're flying like a couple $1 million plane, okay? It's not like you're flying, you know, like a $50,000 plane that you bought for like, you know, your own private plane. No, you're flying a very pricey plane, and it's very fast too. So it's not gonna be like, oh, you have a pilot license, let's put you in that plane. No, I most likely will pass out a few times because I'm pretty sure at first how they get you used to it is, you know, doing like barrel rolls and stuff like that in the hydrojet. I do awful with motion. I get motion sick very easily, especially like when, you know, we're on like mountain passes. The curves, I kind of start to get motion sick especially if I'm looking out the window and we keep like making those curves. It starts to, you know, starts to hurt. And also when I like spin around a bunch, I feel super sick, like I'm almost about to throw up. And yeah, it's not the greatest. But I think over time that motion sick should be a bit less, and hopefully by the time I join the Air Force, I will be perfectly alright. I hope. Anyway, enough